welcome to my video. In this one we're going to be talking about my NanoWrimo experience and how to find a cover designer for your book. So last year I actually tried to participate in NanoWrimo, but it just didn't end up happening. So this year I was really excited to participate. My experience is short, so I'm not going to talk too much about this. But basically I went in with a manuscript that had about 20,000 words. I'll put the exact number up here, but I ended up writing a few thousand words, and it was really cool to be able to check off my goals as I was doing them. And they actually have badges on the website where they tick off different things as you do them and the amount of days that you log in, which is awesome. So I did that and that was really motivating, but all in all I didn't feel like it really helped me that much. So I don't actually know how to find out who won either, but it definitely wasn't me. I didn't get to 50,000 words in the end. But the website actually is open all year round, which is cool, and yeah, you can use it any time of the year to track your writing progress. But I did actually do a little vlog during the start of NanoWrimo, so I will post that in here. So today I am working on my NanoWrimo goals. So I'm working on a book that I'm currently, I'd say, halfway through. I'm trying to get it finished by December, last day of December, so then I can have it edited and ready for pre-order in February. So I've been trying to write 1,000 words a day, and I did that yesterday. Today so far I've written 500, and I feel like I'm on a pretty good roll. I started NanoWrimo with 26,000 words, and now I'm up to 27,500. I thought I would take you guys along with me and put some screenshots here or screen recordings of me writing, and I hope you enjoy it. And now let's talk about finding the perfect cover designer. So I have 2 books published and out in the world right now, and I have 2 other ones that actually have covers already because I like to get ahead on my covers, and I'll talk a bit about this later in the video. But basically where I started with my cover designs was I made them myself in Canva, but in Canva you can only really make a digital copy, and I talk about this a bit more in my previous video on how to make a book cover in Canva. So I made my 2 first book covers in there, and then I took them over to fiverr.com, which is basically a website where you can find freelancers, and they all have their portfolios listed on the website, and basically you pick one, pay them, and they do a cover for you. With my first covers I had a lot of luck in finding a really good artist, and she tweaked the Canva designs for me and designed fully the 3rd cover that I gave to her, although the one that's coming out early next year, I don't want to say too much about that yet, but that one involved more intricate characters on the front cover, and I just feel like she didn't really grasp my concept, or like she basically took all the images that I was using as inspiration and just put them on the front cover, so it was massive copyright issues right there. And when I tried to get her to design originals, it just wasn't in her skill set, so I went looking for a different designer, and after that I had a lot of bad experiences actually on Fiverr where people were selling their work as like saying they did work that they didn't do because their work looks really good. So then I went to work with them, their work just was not anywhere near what they advertised. I want to give this as a little warning: if someone is advertising a cheap price but really good covers, it's a scam. Like 99% of the time it's a scam. So I went through that the hard way. I also paid someone who was charging a lot and had a good portfolio, and then she ended up just never getting back to me, so I had to cancel the order and get the money back, which was a bit annoying. So after all that I decided to go to 99 Designs, and that is where I found the cover designer who designed my latest cover. So he was really good, and I'll leave his details down below. But basically I really liked the original cover, which was done on Fiverr, which was the copyrighted version, but obviously I couldn't have that since I had so many copyright issues. But I couldn't find anyone that would design it the way that I saw it in my head, which might be asking a bit too much, but no one was just designing it good at all that came close to what I wanted. So I basically went to this guy and didn't show him any of the past images of the original cover, because I just wanted him to come up with something fresh and original and get my mind also away from that old cover, because I couldn't seem to move past it. So he came up with something really good. We did a bit of tweaking and we got it pretty much on the second or third go, which is another point I want to mention, that not to wait to get a cover designed until your book's being released in the next month or sooner, because most of the time they're not going to get the cover done on the first go. It's just not going to happen. So keep that in mind, and also you get what you pay for, and look for an artist that does payment plans. I know it can be expensive, but you really want to get a good artist, because people do judge a book by its cover, and 90% of the time that's what they see and what makes them pick up the book, and then they'll read the description on the back. So just keep that in mind. And because people can charge a lot and you want to pay a good amount because you want your book cover to be awesome, you can look for someone who has payment plans. The guy that just did my last cover does have payment plans, which is super helpful. I believe my cover came to about $300, that kind of mark, and that was pretty good for me, especially since I got a really good cover. And I'm not saying you have to pay $1,000 for a cover, please don't, especially if you're starting out and just building an audience, but just get a cover that looks good and that fits in your genre. That is a massive point I need to express. So I didn't really realise this with my first two books, so I kind of just went with a cover that was in my mind and like what I was thinking. But what you actually can do is go onto Amazon, look up books in your genre or similar books to yours, see what covers they have, and you'll notice a pattern that these are the types of covers that appealed to readers that are reading this genre. And throughout the years, covers go in and out of style. You may need to get your cover redesigned at some point in your career to fit in, but the great news is that every time you redesign a cover, it becomes a new release again. And the last tip that I have is to just keep in mind that if you do use Canva for your book cover, you can't design a print book cover on there. You can only design a digital book cover, which is why I went to Fiverr in the first place. And one other thing is that book cover designers often know, well, they should know, what covers are in at the moment, what cover for what genre is in, so they will design something based on that. And also it's a good idea to give them the description on the back of your book and kind of give them a rundown of the characters in your book, because that can help them come up with a really good design. So I hope this video helped anyone that is trying to design a cover at the moment and trying to find a cover designer. Please comment down below if you have any other tips to share with everyone, and if you had a good NanoWrimo experience or a bad one. Please don't forget to subscribe and like if you enjoyed this video. And as always, I'm going to thank my Patreons in this video, so you will see who's supporting me on Patreon down the bottom here. And if you would like to support me and get heaps of awesome exclusive content, downloadables, formatted book templates, and everything in between, please don't forget to sign up down below. And I will see you guys in my next video.